What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. So I'm going to be giving you guys all the info about my postpartum life. So I am about 5 weeks postpartum, or about a month postpartum. I had my second son on, Jesus, it's hard to, it's really getting hard to like remember all their birthdays. I had my second son on March 7th, 2021. So it's been a little over a month now. And so yeah, I'm here to give you guys my postpartum update and, you know, give you all the tea about that. In comparison to my first, this, I guess, healing process, or, you know, recovery, that's the word I'm thinking of. This recovery has been a lot smoother. First of all, let me just say, ignore the background. I'm in my nephew's room. Well, it hasn't been set up yet, but I'm in the kid's room, and clearly his bed is not put together, so please ignore all of that. This is the only place that I can come that had decent lighting, and Kai isn't in here being crazy, so yeah, I had to come in here. As far as the recovery is going, it is a lot smoother, I would say. This, like, part of my hair is irritating me, but it is a lot smoother than, you know, the first go around, because I want to say it's because I didn't tear. I'm not for sure if that's the reason, but I know that this time, like right after I pushed him out and after I delivered my placenta, I asked her, because I didn't feel her like messing with anything down there, so I was like, did I tear or anything? And she said, no, I didn't tear, which was great, because I believe that's why this recovery and postpartum process has been easier than my first. With my firstborn, I know that I did tear, but she didn't tell me how bad it was, which I'm assuming it was pretty bad because of that, or at least moderately, you know, moderately bad, because this recovery is like a complete 180. That, I was so scared of the recovery process more than the actual labor, because of how it went with my first. I was in pain for like 6 weeks at least, bleeding nonstop, like super heavy. Like I didn't even want to walk around Walmart. I had to sit on one of those little rolly things. Now, walking around, my bleeding's almost stopped, pretty much stopped by now. Yeah, I mean, it's just so much smoother as far as the bleeding and recovery and how it feels down there. Everything feels back to normal. I guess I'll have to see how everything is at my 6-week checkup next week, but I feel good. So that's been a lot smoother than it was the first time, which I thank God for that. With my first, I'm sorry I have to compare everything to my first pregnancy, but I feel like it's important for me to talk about this, because it, you know, it's completely different. Like my pregnancy and my postpartum, all of it's just been completely different. And so yeah. With my first, I breastfed for, I want to say 2.5 months. I tried to like look through pictures and videos on my phone to like see about when it was, and I'm pretty sure it was about 2.5 months. And then with this baby, I don't want to get emotional. I don't know why I would get emotional. I guess, you know, hormones are going through my body right now. But with this baby, so my plan from the jump was just exclusively pump. I'm not gonna, you know, have him latch on. I felt like it would be easier for me, so that I'm not like breastfeeding and pumping. Plus I would have milk for Jarvis to be able to feed him and blah blah blah. So, and plus it wouldn't be as painful. So that was my plan. And then right after he was born, you know, the hospital kind of pushes breastfeeding, and so they were like, oh, make him latch. I asked them for a pump. They was like, no, he can get the milk better, make him latch. And I was like, all right. I mean, I don't really have a choice right now because I'm in the hospital with no pump, so that's what I did. And I actually kind of liked it, I guess. I didn't really, you know, I was like, okay, I guess this is just what I'm gonna do. So I was exclusively breastfeeding him. Then when we got home out of the hospital, I immediately started to pump, because I didn't know if my milk had came in or not, which I found out it hadn't yet. So I started to pump after trying to feed him, just to, you know, try to get my milk to come in. And I guess that kind of messed me up, because my boobs were like super engorged. I was like, for sure I was about to get mastitis, because they hurt that bad. Like they were super big, lumpy, painful, swollen. Like it was a mess, and I was super scared, because with my first I had mastitis, and that's the reason I stopped breastfeeding, because it took my milk supply and it was so painful that I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I was scared this time that I was going to get mastitis off the jump, off rip. But luckily I didn't. And I just kept working through it, fighting through it, and trying to, you know, get a pattern and basically tell my boobs, like, hey, this is how much milk I need. You're making too much, like, relax. And so I got it down to, which I guess, breastfeeding is really hard. They don't tell you how hard it is. It's like so much that goes into it. And if you aren't like mentally prepared for it, you can like really mess up like I did. Like I've been doing this whole, like I still don't know how to breastfeed. Anyway, so, since I was scared that I was going to get mastitis, I was kind of spacing out my pumping sessions because I thought I was making too much milk and I wanted to make less. Ended up making two less. Well, I won't say it was too less, much less, whatever. But it got down to where I was only getting about 1 ounce each side, maybe 1.5 if I was lucky. But usually it was about 1.25 on each side. So a total of like 2 to 3 ounces. And I wasn't really happy with that because, again, with my first, I was getting, I want to say like 2.5 at least per side. So that's 5 ounces total. 5 to 6 ounces total I would get. And so I was like, why is it like this? Like I was kind of just going into it expecting it to be the exact same for whatever reason. And it wasn't. And so that kind of discouraged me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try to boost my supply back up by having him latch and then me pumping. So that's what I did. I would have him latch while I would wear nipple shields because it hurts so bad for me. So I would have him latch onto me and then feed however long he wanted to, and then I would pump. He would latch properly and then he would only feed for like 5 minutes, and I would end up having to feed him either formula or some breast milk that I had in the fridge. And you know, I was like, there's no point in me feeding him and being in this pain if he's only gonna do it for like 5 minutes and stop because he either isn't getting anything out, or I don't know what the problem was. But I was like, there's no point in me doing this and going through this pain if it's not real, like I'm gonna have to pump anyway. So I stopped doing that and I just kept pumping. And then I think this is actually a thing because I actually looked it up, but I had pumping guilt, quitting pumping guilt, or something like that. I don't know what it's called really. I don't even know if there's a technical term for it, but basically I was getting to the point where I felt like a cow. Like I would literally joke around to like my mom and my husband and things like that, and I would be like, all right, it's time for me to go be a cow again, or like go get milked, or I'm a milk machine or whatever. Because like I said, if you're not like mentally prepared for this, you can really get yourself messed up. Or at least that's how I am. It was just like, I don't know, it was just really messing with my mental. And the fact that I wanted to stop breastfeeding and pumping for him made me feel guilty. Like I was like, am I being selfish? Like I know my breast milk has all the nutrients he needs. Our bodies are meant to do this. This is what we're supposed to do to feed our children. Like I shouldn't be feeling this way. I shouldn't be wanting to stop. I should want to give him the best. And I had to have a talk with Jarvis, my husband, about it. And he basically told me, like, if you're not in the right headspace, then you don't need to be doing this to yourself. Like, he's going to get fed. He's going to have his formula or whatever. It's going to be okay. Like, I just wanted to at least get to 2.5 months like I did with Kai, if not more. But it was like, it's all just really a struggle. Like, having to pump constantly every 3 hours, and like, it's really a lot. And I know that for some people it may not be a lot. For some people it's easy to just directly breastfeed or whatever. But understand that everybody's different. And for me, that's just never been my experience. Hopefully in the future, if I ever have kids again, then I will have a better experience. But as of right now, breastfeeding is just apparently not for me. So I have been still pumping, but I'm working my way to drying my milk up without getting mastitis. So I am pumping about every 4 to 8 hours, which I know sounds like a lot. 8 hours is a long time, but my boobs don't ever hurt. Like right now, I think it's been about 6 hours since I've pumped, and they don't even hurt. Maybe when you push on them a little bit, yeah, it's a little tender, but it doesn't like hurt, like it's not super painful. My milk is definitely drying up. Even when I go 8 hours without pumping, I'm still only getting half to 1 ounce per boob. My right only gives like half and my left usually gives like 1 ounce. So I'm working towards drying it up, trying not to feel guilty about not wanting to, you know, breastfeed or pump or anything anymore. It's just something I have to do for my own mental health. And I know that my son's gonna be fed regardless. Like, I'm gonna be taking care of him regardless. So I'm trying not to feel guilty about it or anything like that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that just in case anybody else is going through that or will go through that. Don't feel guilty about it. Fed is best. So yeah, fed is best. That's all I can say about that, really. What else goes into postpartum? I have my 6-week checkup on Monday, so everything will, you know, get checked in so I can get cleared to exercise, which I'm so excited about. Oh, my weight. So I am currently weighing 140 on the dot. When I went in for delivery, I believe I was like 153. No, that is not right. I think I was 163. Oh, the baby's crying. Jarvis should be getting it. Pretty sure I was 163 the day I went in for delivery, so I lost, what is that, like 13 pounds? 23 pounds. Okay, so I lost, my bad, y'all. I lost 23 pounds. I'm down to 140. Pre-pregnancy weight was 124, I want to say. Either 124 or 126. I know it was either 1 over 5 or 1 under 5. So I think it was 124. And so now I'm at 140. And I would actually want to stay around 135. So hopefully, once I get cleared to work out, I'll be working out to maintain my weight. And, you know, I'm trying to be thick. Period. Alright, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Breastfeeding, my weight, recovery pain-wise. Is there anything else that goes into postpartum? I haven't checked my hair to see if it's been growing. With Kai, my hair grew so much that my hair is down to like dang near touching my butt crack now. Like, it's super long. It's never been that long. I mean, I've always had like pretty long hair, but it's never been this long. Shedding, like I know some people have postpartum shedding. I've never experienced that. My hair sheds. I'm not gonna say my hair just stays intact and it's good, period. No, but it doesn't shed more than it normally does. So I'm not experiencing like terrible postpartum shedding. For the amount of hair that I have, my hair doesn't shed that bad. Like, it's a good amount, but it's not like more than normal. Is there anything else? I feel like that's it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys my belly now. All right, y'all. So here is my stomach, which I'm really insecure about, but it's all right because it's life and it's how women's bodies are. Isn't always a snapback for everyone, like Instagram makes you believe. So here it is. It's still a little, you know, loose skin here. I've always had, I don't want to say fat here, but you know, this has always been a little pudgy. So this is nothing new, really. It's just this right here. That's all from the baby. A few stretch marks, a few discoloration, but that should go away. Especially the discoloration should go away within a few months. At least it did for me in my first. Stretch marks here were from my first. These are not from this pregnancy. I only got stretch marks right here. The black line is still there. That should also go away within a few months, and it'll just stay right here for me. I've always had like a little, you know, line down here, but up here it should go away. So yeah, that's it. And then I'll suck in, and then you can see, you know, the loose skin when I suck in. So I'm gonna try to tone it down like this. Get my abs going, keep my, you know, curve, and hopefully I can get some thighs going. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my postpartum update. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you are postpartum as well, please follow, or if you're pregnant and will soon to be postpartum, please subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. We can do our little journey together. Let's connect. You can DM me. We could chat. We could be friends. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave me a thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe so you don't miss our videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.